What's going on, everybody? This is Maurice Bishop, founder of Life is a Game of Chess, and I wanted to show y'all this amazing game that I just analyzed myself. This is probably the craziest game I say one of the craziest game I ever seen, and this was crazy. This is with Rashid Nezhmetdinov versus Chernikov back in 1962. Nezhmetdinov is a strong grandmaster who played against a lot of other strong grandmasters. He even played against Tao, in which he beat a Tao as well. And Tao even said it himself. Losing to him was the best thing that ever happened to me. So that's pretty crazy though. But without further ado, I just want to show y'all this game. Rashid Nezhmetdinov played as white. Chernikov played as black. So let's get to it. All right. So Nezhmetdinov played E4. Chernikov played C5. So they playing the Sicilian. Knight F3. Knight C6. D4. C catches D4. Knight catches D4. Seems like book. G6. Knight C3, Bishop G7, Bishop E3, Knight F6, and Bishop C4. And of course, black castles. Then I go back to Bishop E3, and then he goes Knight G4. Now, usually with this, the Knight G4, I mean, it almost looked like he just giving away his knight, but he's really not, because he'll be leaving his knight on D4 undefended. So it's not like he dropped a piece or anything. But Nezhmetdinov, he played Queen catches G4 anyway, and then Chernikov played Knight catches D4. After Knight catches D4, um, after Knight catches D4, Nezhmetdinov went Queen H4. After Queen H4, then Chernikov played Queen A5, pitting the knight on C3. So of course, Nezhmetdinov castle, get his king to a safe place, and then Chernikov played Bishop F6. Now I wanna stop right here. I want y'all and just think of like in this position, what would you play as white? I just want to know, what would you play as white? That's what I want to know. What would you play as white? I'll give y'all like 10 seconds to figure this out. What would you play as white? Like crazy, man. Alright, y'all. And I forgot to tell y'all, man, if y'all want to think a little bit longer, man, y'all can even pause this video and try to come out with anything that you will play. Alright. And before I say this move, I'm gonna let you know that Nezhmetdinov, from how the story was told, that in his position he was thinking for like 40 to 45 minutes on his position, while Chernikov was going around looking at other people's game and things like that. And then Nezhmetdinov made this move, and they told him that he made this move, and then Chernikov ran back to see what he did. Now, of course, he was thinking that it's probably going to be a draw game, because after Bishop F6, he would think that maybe Nezhmetdinov would play Queen A6, and then go Bishop G7, and then if Nezhmetdinov go back to Queen A4, then Chernikov will go Bishop F6, and then they'll just keep doing that, and that will be a draw game. But Nezhmetdinov had something else in mind. So the move that he make is Queen catchers F6. Queen catches F6. This is crazy, yo. Like really crazy. So Chernikov actually played 92. And I think he played 92 trying to discombobulate his pieces, maybe. I think that was the whole point of what he was trying to do. Nezhmetdinov took back with the knight, and then Chernikov takes his queen on f6, and then Nezhmetdinov goes back to knight c3, and then Chernikov goes rook e8, and then Nezhmetdinov puts his knight on d5, forgetting about his pawn on e4, because if he does take on e4, knight catches f6 check, forking the king and a rook, and his rook will be lost. So that's how he defended his rook, by counterattacking. Crazy. So he goes rook e6, Chernikov. He goes rook e6, protecting his pawn on f6, and Nezhmetdinov go bishop d4, bringing all his pieces into play to attack more. So he's attacking his f6 pawn twice. That's what he's doing. And then Chernikov defends with king g7, and then Nezhmetdinov, he goes rook a d1. You know, developing his rook. But he's doing more than developing his rook, but you'll see why. Of course, Chernikov goes on d6, and Nezhmetdinov goes rook d3, and Chernikov goes bishop d7, and then Nezhmetdinov goes rook f3, hitting the f6 pawn 3 times with the knight, bishop, and a rook. That's what he's doing. So then Chernikov, he hits Nezhmetdinov with bishop b5, attacking the rook on f1. And in this position, obviously Nezhmetdinov sees that, and he goes bishop c3, attacking the queen. You know, and then Chernikov goes queen d8, and then Nezhmetdinov goes knight captures f6. Now y'all probably thinking like, well, yeah, he just missing, he just losing his rook and everything, things like that. So, and let's actually take a look at it, guys. If Chernikov does take the rook, I don't think it would be I don't think it would be that smart to do that though. If he takes that, whether he goes king f8, he'll lose his rook, and now he's hitting rook catchers f7 check, and also he's about to lose his bishop, so he's gonna have to defend his bishop somehow. Because if not, then rook catchers f7 check. It's not looking very great at all. Because after that, because like for instance, if he comes back here, he got rook catchers f7 check. And then if he comes here, well, this would be very awkward because of knight a6. That would be mate. You know, so that's not it's not very good. Just saying. So I don't know why this don't just start over like this, but I mean it just many ways though. Even if he goes pawn f6. I mean, he still got bishop captures e6, and he's still threatening bishop captures f6, already attacking the queen, and his light square bishop is undefended as well. So in this position, this wouldn't look very great for black as well. So that's why taking that rook just looks like it'll be instant loss. Um, but yeah, so so what he does is what Chernikov does is, which is completely, like I said, I'm not gonna say completely off, but I think this pretty much loses after bishop e2. After he goes bishop e2, this dude Nezhmetdinov, man, he just does some stuff, man. He really does some stuff. He goes knight catches a7 check. That's what he does. And of course, you know, I don't think he's lacking, like, you know, because he's double. I'm sorry, he's checked with the bishop, but if the king takes the knight on there, I don't think this would. I think everybody was looking at this rook h3 and then h8, but I'm thinking it will still be rook catchers f7, because if I go rook h3 trying to get that mate, he'll just block with this, you know. Or maybe that wouldn't be that bad. Maybe nah, because even with g4, you can't do that because of queen g5. So I don't think that will really work though. But I think if he does takes that knight, then I think he catches f7 probably would be what he would be. I think this is what he would consider rook catches f7, and then he's losing his rook on e6 as well. So, and then with these two powerful bishops and everything, it's really making it very dangerous for black. So, but yeah, but of course in this game, he didn't take the knight at all. He goes King G8 Chernikov. He goes King G8, and then Rook H3 is where um, Nezhmetdinov go. And then of course, that dark square bishop, once you get that knight out the way, threaten that Rook H8 mate. It just seems very dangerous. So now Chernikov is willing to give away his rook for the dark square bishop. And obviously, when you have a strong bishop or whatever, when you have a strong attack going, you don't want to exchange those pieces at all. So that's a rule of thumbs, especially if it's making your opponent nervous. So Nezhmetdinov is not even worried about his rook. He wants this rook out the way, out that diagonal, you know. So then after f4, Chernikov does take his rook, and then Nezhmetdinov takes the bishop. That's what he does. So then he goes rook c8. As you can see, with rook c8, he want to exchange this dark square bishop, because this dark square bishop is a pain. Like, this dark square bishop is strong as hell. So Nezhmetdinov see this, so what does he does? He just moves his bishop to the side. He just moves his bishop. So his dark square bishop won't be attacked. That's what he did. So then King G7. I'm sorry, not King. I'm sorry, y'all. He doesn't go King G7. Chernikov goes D5. That's where he goes at. And then Knight G5, which is where he goes. So with Knight G5, he's attacking. Knight catches F7, forking the queen and a rook. Even though the rook is already, he's willing to give up that rook. But right now, Knight catches F7 is a threat. So then Chernikov goes rook c7, and then bishop catches s7 check. So then Chernikov, he takes, thinking he's gonna, get the exchange and everything. But no, that's not what happens. Rook h8 check. King catches h8. Knight catches s7 check. He goes king h7. Knight catches d8. Rook catches d4. Knight c6 because he's defending his dark square bishop. And then rook catches s4. And then king e2. And in this position, Chernikov resigns in this position because he feels as though he has too many point islands. He has too many point islands, and he's going against a knight and a bishop. So he pretty much resigned this position. So I wanted to ask y'all what y'all think of this game, man. I just thought this game was pretty crazy. Y'all can actually look at this game yourself, try to analyze it, leave a comment below, share your thoughts, tell me what y'all think of this game. I thought this was probably the best, one of the most brilliant and the best queen sacrifice in history, if not in all the world. But I mean, like I said, y'all let me know what y'all think. All right, hey, thanks.